Okay, team, when I share the system with you, again, system stands for save yourself some time, energy, and money. When I share this system with you, it's going to seem like it's too simple. And it might seem like I'm exaggerating the amount of problems that it solves. But in this one simple system, this one setup that you do with your accounts, you are going to eliminate almost all of the financial headaches of the back end of the business in one fell swoop. It might seem like an exaggeration, but we're gonna break it down into pieces. So this is the Profit First system. There's a book called Profit First. There's about 100 spin-off books, but Profit First is the system that we're going to use. And this is going to answer this question. The system is going to answer the question, how much money did I really make? Because most business owners just don't know their numbers. Most trainers don't know whether or not they're profitable. What are my taxes? This is going to tell you in advance what your tax obligation is for you personally as the business owner and as the business. So this is going to tell you your personal taxes, and this is going to tell you your business income taxes. This is going to do this all at once, up front. This will show you your expenses, and this will help you in one look at your accounts, one look at your business, be able to tell you whether or not that expense, A, you can afford it, B, is it worth it. This is going to answer your expenses and give you a cost benefit asset to your business. And number 4, it's going to help you save for a rainy day. This is going to help you get cash set aside for bad months where you might lose a few clients, have to take some time off, have to hire a coach that you weren't anticipating. Who knows? And if you don't need a rainy day fund ever, that rainy day fund becomes your investment vehicle where the business has generated money for it to invest in itself, for you to use the cash flow from the business to invest in that. So that's a lot of power that you're going to get from one system. And it's tedious and it's a little slow. It takes you about 30 days to get organized. But oh man, when you do, it's pretty unreal. So how does it work? So you set up 5 checking accounts when you start your business. Again, you already need your business, your tax ID number, your business registered with the state, so you can get all this stuff set up at your local bank or credit union without any problems. You get 5 checking accounts, and you keep shopping at banks until you find one that doesn't have additional fees for checking accounts and the like. U.S. Bank is a great example of a national bank with no fees. But here we go. So you're going to nickname your 5 accounts. You're going to create a nickname of operational expense, OPEX, tax, profit, revenue, and owner's salary. Okay? So those are the nicknames of your 5 checking accounts. Then you're going to set up the architecture with your billing service so that the only account that you ever, whether you're cashing a check, credit card, everything, the only account that the business draws money into is the revenue account. 100% of every dime, dollar, or rack that you earn goes into the revenue account. So there's no such thing as under the table. There's no such thing as just cash. Your Venmo should link to your business checking account so that you can get this done if someone tries to pay you. All roads lead to Rome. So now you have 100% accountability and tracking of your business revenue. Once you have that set up, the revenue account doesn't have any checks. It has no debit card. The only way that money can get out of your revenue account is you, as the business owner, for now, manually move money into the accounts that are on each of these labels. And so what you'll do to begin with is every Friday, you take the revenue account, you take 100% of the cash that's in the revenue account, and you're going to move 50% of what's in there. So 50 cents on the dollar goes to owner's salary. 5 cents on the dollar, so 5% goes into profit, 15% goes into tax, and the 30%, the remaining 30% goes into operational expenses. Right? Those are your target percentages. When you do that, this is best when you start a business, or best when you deliver early in a business. When you do that, number one, you know where everything is. Number two, you account for 100% of your finances, so 100% of all your dollars and revenues accounted for. Number three, at the end of the month, when you go to transfer the money into your personal checking account, it comes from the owner's salary. What does that tell you? That tells you what you're making every month. Boom. Your taxes are now done. You actually have the owner's salary number to put in your AGI, adjusted gross income, right there. Also, in advance, you know what the taxes are for the owner's salary. So you get $1,000 in, you pay yourself $500, $150 goes into taxes, and that covers your state taxes and your federal taxes. So now, not only do you know what your taxes are, you have the money set aside in advance. So in one fell swoop, you have your taxes done for the year. You got your owner's salary, you got your tax, you got your tax payment, you got the profit, which becomes the rainy day fund of the business, and then you have the operational expenses, which you use to pay your vendors. You use to pay your rent, to pay your bills, your assistants, things like that. So if you get $1,000 a month, means that you have $300 a month to spend on expenses. You get $10,000 a month, you have $3,000 to spend on expenses. But if you cannot run your business off of 30% of your revenue going to expenses, then you probably have moved too far too fast and you're not ready for that expense that you're talking about. And we'll have an audit system for you if you're just now starting this to go through your, once you get your checking account set up. So we're going to have an audit system, to finish my thought, you're going to have an audit system to go check your expenses to make sure that they're actual expenses that they'll bring value in dollars to the customers, to the business. And if they don't, it's a not right now thing. So the operational expense account, all of these there's no checks. The only way that you can get money out is to manually, electronically transfer your finances from between these accounts. This is the only checking account with a debit card. This is the only checking account with checks. This is how you pay vendors. And at least for the first month or two, no automatic payments. I want you paying things manually. I don't want you signing up for fire and forget so that you get billed for months and years without having to audit it. So at least for the first 90 days, I want you to manually pay your bills. And some things like email servers and email services, and some things require upfront prepaid commitments. I understand that. Great. If your business is already at that level where you're getting customers from your digital marketing, then great. That's what you want. But it should well fall within these operational expenses and these values. So these are your target percentages, and this works pretty seamlessly all the way up to $250,000, or so. If you're at that point, then the target percentages will change. But until then, don't worry about it. One, set up your accounts so that they work this way, so that the only outbound expenses are operational. The only inbound is revenue. No under the table stuff. Everything is funneled into that. And then every Friday, you move your percentages around. Now, the first month or two is the hardest because you have to get everything systematized. You have to get everything set up. You have to bring it into alignment, but do not delay it. If it's painful, that means you do need to do it now. If this is difficult and hard, that means that the time is now. So give that a shot. When you set your business up like that, it instantly answers the question: how profitable am I really, or not? What are my tax obligations? Where's the cash set aside, and all that. So this seems like a simple thing, as if you know anything about business, It takes a little bit of management to get rolling and execute, but this, you're solving problems in advance. And as a business owner, that's how you need to look at everything. I don't want to create problems that I will get to later. I want to solve problems now. That's our mindset. That's why we have systems. This is the financial backend system that answers all of your questions. So get after it.